let's go ahead and do this. Hopefully it doesn't rain in the middle of this. Yes. Yes. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, what you see right here is my aftermarket racing seat that has been sitting in my basement for about a year and a half now. So for you longtime subscribers, you guys know I had an aftermarket seat, this one in particular, on my old WRX. Well, I took it out only because it kind of bothered me how I didn't have a matching set. So why don't I have a matching set? Well, tell you what, there is no way in hell that the wife is gonna wanna sit in a fixed bucket seat. So another reason why I have not installed this, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I'm kind of embarrassed to say this, but since I bought this seat, I probably gained about 20 pounds and I don't fit in the seat very well. So this seat is a large size. I should have got the extra large out of the recommendation of the people who I bought it from, but unfortunately this is a large, which has a recommended waist size of a max of 36. So I'm right at 36. I used to be around a 34, so this used to fit me perfect. Now it's a little tight around the hips. Additionally, these are sitting on Sparco rails and sliders. I had the original Bridge Japan rails on order, but unfortunately it was just gonna take too long and I wanted the seat installed in the car at the time. I should have waited, but it is what it is. So to be completely honest with you, if I were in the market for an aftermarket seat again, I would definitely get a reclinable seat, which is just more comfortable. It just has more adjustability. So since this was previously installed on a WRX, I already have the base and the side mount brackets already installed on the car. I already have it set up to where I like it. Now you can see this is already raised up to the highest it can go. Even with the highest settings, it's still just a tad bit lower than the stock seat settings, but it's just fine. I mean, it doesn't bother me that much. But also when you are mounting your seat, also keep in mind, if you're the type to go to the autocross or track, you have to compensate for your helmet since these are not reclinable. So with a helmet, this is just too far forward for me. I like to put it on the second from the top in the back, just to compensate for the thickness of my helmet. So this is an FI certified seat. As you can see there, it's certified until April 2023. Also, keep an eye out for fakes of these seats. These are probably the most counterfeited seats that are out there. There is a whole bunch of tutorials out there on how to spot fake seats. You just don't want to cheapen out, especially when it comes to safety equipment, because a seat is considered a safety device. Also, these pads are easily removable. It's just simple Velcro that is out there. So if you spill something or you get something in there, you can easily clean it out. Also, if you want to change up the design of your seat, let's say this gradient design isn't for you, you can change that out too really easily. Also, I do want to get a seat saver for this, but I don't know. That'll come later on. I'ma wake up, do bench. Join them 7's boredom. Working on 90 more though. So one thing that you're gonna need to install the seat is a resistor. Obviously, you can get something cheaper online. This is just I think it's a 3.3 ohm resistor. Just keeps your airbag light from coming on. Also, I have extra hardware for the seat belt, which I'm gonna mount down here, and you'll see why I need this later on. So removing the Oem seat really isn't all that hard. They're just 4 14mm bolts and just a few electrical connections, and it comes right out. I'm gonna remove my all-weather floor mat. These are 3D Spider Max floor mats. Absolutely excellent floor mat. I think I've had all of them so far. These by far are the best ones that I've found. Link in the description below. I'll remove this floor mat. One thing is for sure, I'm gonna have to get the vacuum underneath the seat. It's just nasty. Got my gimbal just sitting in the back seat. I was using it yesterday. Let's see if it works. Nope. Oh, these are tight. No wonder. Why are you so tight? I'm gonna leave those there. It'll be just fine. All right, so let's push the seat back. away, and we'll reveal the connections. So anytime you're doing this, I highly suggest that you disconnect the negative battery terminal. So one of the big downsides to doing this mod is when you're going to lose your heated seats, if so equipped, and you're going to lose your side airbags. So keep that in mind. If safety is number one importance to you, I would think twice about getting an aftermarket seat. There's the airbag. And this clip is for, I don't know, seatbelt maybe? Like that. All right, so seat is disconnected. Now we can pull it out. Now, be careful with your interior panels when you pull the seat out. I've done this quite a few times already, so I should be good. Push the seat forward, compress the seat a little bit, make sure nothing is caught in the seat. I would put a blanket right here if you've never done it before, just to be safe. Also, you can take out the seat from the back. It's just been easier for me to take it out from the front. Very careful. Seat is now out. I'm gonna do a little vacuuming right there because that's just gross. All right, so before we go any further, there's one thing I need to do, and I will address this in just a minute, but we are going to disconnect the seat belt from right here. This is something that a lot of people don't do, and this is for safety reasons. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the seat belt, we're gonna loop it around one of the loops in the seat, and we're just doing this for safety. Otherwise, since the seat has very high bolsters, your seat belt, if it lays over the actual bolster and not your body, your seat belt won't be able to effectively keep you in place in case you get into an accident. But simply, I just pulled this back. I'm gonna have to tuck it back in later on. This seat belt was actually in there pretty tight. So I'm gonna give it a couple ugga-duggas when I tighten it back. It's just a simple 14 millimeter. Goes in like that, and your seat belt comes out. Nice red seat belt though, huh? So next thing we gotta do, we gotta take the seat belt out, which is simply a 14 millimeter. Actually, we'll do that later. And we need to take the seat belt out so that we can install it on the aftermarket seat. And it's kind of tricky. You're probably gonna find out there's no place to pull this out. There's a place right here at the top corner, which allows you room towards the front. It's just enough. You have to fight it a little bit. This is where I'm at. I'm just trying to take this out. Once I get this out, I can install this on the aftermarket seat. All right, so got this connector out of there. It actually wasn't so bad. All I did was take a flathead and just pry it like this a little bit, and it came right out. So now our seat belt's out. I got my nut and bolt and a few washers have stacked in there. Forgot how I did it on the WRX. So I think I had it spaced out just a little bit. Okay. And then a few washers here. Got my resistor, got some electrical tape. So you're gonna simply install this into the two connections in your airbag. Now it's gonna be the two middle ones. And what you gotta do, you just gotta jam it in there so that you can see it. If you decide to install your stock seat back in, it's simple, just pull this out. And you'll know if you have a good connection if your airbag light does not turn on. And we're gonna test that out in just a second. Just sad, I'm gonna lose my seat heaters. It is a winter time too. So, and to be completely honest, I'm still not 100% sure if I'm gonna keep this seat around. To be honest, I'm really doing this just as a motivating factor to get my ass back in the gym so I can fit inside the seat. They're off. This is there, that should be good. Seat belt. All right, now we can install the seat. Watch the panels. Okay. It's almost in there. All right, I'm gonna put one bolt in there. I'm gonna turn on the ignition, make sure I don't have an airbag light. So before we do that, let me loop this through. There we go. So we can bolt that in. All right, let's go ahead and test this out. Oh, that's not bad. A little low. No airbag light. Cool. My heat shield is rattling. I don't know, I think the exhaust is hitting that middle heat shield, the curved one. It's annoying as hell. It's starting like this because of the E85. And then it goes back to normal. So I'm at about E66 right now. If anything that's over, I don't know, 75, it has a hard time starting, only because, you know, it's winter time. I guess that's the reason why gas stations that sell E85, you know, go with a winter blend, I guess, to kind of prevent that. I don't know. If you guys know, let me know down in the comments. It feels race car-ish. Okay. Now it's just getting out of this thing. It's freaking... kind of looked like Ace Ventura when he was coming out of the rhino's ass. Cool! I really have high hopes for this seat. It just depends on... It's not the seat, it's just... my fat ass losing some weight. That's all it is. I mean, it's an excellent seat. I love it. Nothing wrong with it. Sure, the wires are out of the seat rails. Don't want that to happen. There we go. Alright, so there it is. Brid Japan seat is fully installed. I haven't driven the car yet, but I think in a video or a few videos later on, we'll give you a review of the Brid Japan seat and also why you should or shouldn't get an aftermarket seat and what my recommendations are for you. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. Just a quick install video, and we'll talk to you guys later. Peace out, guys.